Yo, what's going on, guys? And today it is early. Dude, Peanut comes out in 2 days. I am so stoked. But here we are. Does this make it seem like my camera's out of focus? 'Cause it feels like I am. Either way, let me finish putting the tags for today's show. I hope you guys do enjoy. We're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers, the Charlotte Hornets, and a few other teams. But besides that, nothing too crazy for you guys going to happen today. Just going to keep it back, chillaxed, and do a little bit of a daily news roundup, which we can start right now as I get the show on the road. But last night, if you guys didn't watch the NBA, there was only 3 games on. I mean, that Suns game was insane. I didn't watch the end because I thought it was a blowout. Oh, man. Clippers beat the Thunder 128 to 117. Suns beat the Kings 119 to 117. Sixers beat the Nuggets 126 to 121. Good game for everybody involved. And now we make our way to the rumors. Last night we heard that a Siakam trade had started to gain traction between the Indiana Pacers and the Toronto Raptors, built around a deal of Bruce Brown, 3 first-round picks, and salary filler. Now, is that going to be the offer? We don't know. The Ivat Zubats is out for at least 4 weeks with a right calf strain. Scottie Pippen joins the Grizzlies on a 2-year, 2-way deal. The Cavs are interested in Royce O'Neal and DeAndre Hunter. The Rockets are interested in trading for Harrison Barnes. The Clippers were awarded the 2026 All-Star game, and Jay Crowder's come back, so is Darius Garland. Let's see if there's anything on Hoops Hype worth mentioning as of right now. I don't specifically think there is, as we look at like what's going on there. So specifically, we have, no, it doesn't seem like there's anything specific that's going on. All right, so let's get right into this. And what is your guys' thoughts on the current landscape of the NBA? But we'll probably just right here talk about Pascal Siakam. So what would you guys give up for Pascal Siakam? I know it's kind of like a tall ask because he isn't like, he's on an expiring contract. It's not the ideal situation in terms of, like he's going to stay. And it's not like he's good as Kawhi Leonard, where like you're basically trading for a chance for a championship because you don't even know if you'll sniff anything close to a championship. You're just hoping that you'll have a good enough team. I think that's part of the thought process. But besides that, yeah, I think you're not particularly in a great position. So I think it does become a little bit harder to figure out like how you want to do something if you go after Pascal Siakam, who I think the Raptors are going to make you overpay. I just personally think I'd rather go for DeJounte Murray. I've said that repeatedly throughout this week because I just think he's the better contract in the long term. But that's also just my opinion, and I'm a guy here in my kitchen making videos. But what do you guys expect? Um, I don't know. I think it's definitely interesting when you look at the situation on the whole. Mm. Let's just log into my handy dandy computer over here, so I'm not using the same one for everything. Alrighty. Now it definitely gets interesting to see how the NBA is playing out, but the Los Angeles Clippers this season have been great. I think the Pascal Siakam Raptors trade could happen, but I think it's difficult. I think it gets difficult when you start to look at mm, at like the landscape of the NBA because there's so much parity here, and like, do you really believe getting a guy like Pascal is going to put you over the edge? I find it hard to believe, but that's just my take. But also, I'm a nobody in terms of who like I am. Like I don't contribute to anything. So I think one thing that's definitely gonna be interesting is how this all plays out for everybody, due to the fact that I want to say the the NBA right now is wide open. Any team could win it. I mean, we're having historic offenses for the first time. We're also having the five worst teams in NBA history. Um, it's crazy to see how bad like the Wizards and everybody are. They're like so bad. Either way, let's go ahead and talk about these Clippers and the Clippers currently. Let me pull this up. Los Angeles Clippers. So a team with 26-14, and they've had a good year in my opinion. Turning it around, figuring out 10 rebounds a night from Zubats, 8.5 assists from James Harden, fifth best offense, 14th best defense, fifth best net rating, best 3-point shooting team in the league. They're legit. And they have Mason Plumlee back. That's my girlfriend's favorite player. So when we look at this, Kawhi and Paul George dropped 24 nights, 17 from James Harden. Zubats and Norman Powell giving me like 13 apiece. Terrence Mann being the Swiss Army knife. Then you still have Daniel Tice, Amir Coffey, Bones Highland, Mason Plumlee, PJ Tucker, Kobe Brown. Team's deep. Also, did you guys know Jordan Miller's like the best player in the G League? I was just impressed by like how good this team is at like putting up 3-pointers. Like they're not even like they're the top 3-point team in percentage, but like they're not necessarily the top team in attempts or anything like that. So for me, I think it's interesting to see how this is all played out because I think it's an example of the Clippers being. I do get scared that they're like an injury away from losing things, but I think it goes to show how good like this team can be when fully healthy and how much improvement they've made over the last few seasons. But yeah, I think James Harden really might be showing that he was the missing piece here as this team's offense is clicking. I think the only thing that holds them back is size and defense. Like, can they shut down a Joel Embiid or a Jokic? That's the one thing I think that like we're all sitting here like, I don't know, can they? And I get definitely interested to see how this all plays out because I'm, when you're a fan of just basketball, and the Clippers were a team, if you guys remember last year, that I thought the Clippers were going to be that team. Fully did, guys. If you guys all remember, we were all on that Clippers train, just thinking they were going to do it. They were going to do it. And of course, we all know how that all played out. I think it goes to show that, like, obviously everything doesn't work out like how it's supposed to, but like sometimes they can. I don't know. I think it's definitely it's interesting to see how James Harden on the Clippers looks compared to the Sixers, and it's just a better fit. And they're talking about having him around for the rest of his career, which is crazy. And I don't have a problem with that. It's more so, okay, look. Mm, Johnny Harris made a Israel video. I don't know how I felt that. And so for you guys, oh dude, I didn't realize I spelled Clippers wrong. Let's go over here to studio. Clippers is spelled wrong. So what are you guys' expectations? Who do you think is going to win the NBA championship and why? I think it's definitely interesting to see how like everything's playing out because I can't believe it's only been 10 minutes since we started being live. I do need a fart. Okay. Fred VanVleet. Looking for the press conference from Fred VanVleet last night. No presser. Wait, nope, no presser. Legit. It's kind of annoying. Also, the Rockets press area in their locker room was geek. Yeah, nothing. And then let me find Patrick Beverly last night. Nothing either. I'm telling you right here. I'm also I don't watch Pat Bev's podcast, but it seems like a decent amount of people enjoy it. I see the clips, but mm, I do find. Ooh, I do have something I want to show you guys real quick. So we have a video that I'm gonna play because I have to use the bathroom and there's no one here. So also, is destroying still a thing? I can't believe that destroying still goes on. And wait, there's a video saying some people say I can't be a Christian and play Reacher. That is so funny. Can't be Christian and play Reacher. That's not a real video. That's not a real video.
I love playing Reacher. I love.
This is insane. So you guys know Thad Castle plays Reacher? Okay, and so he plays Reacher, Thad Castle, which again, Christian Jack Reacher is something I didn't know. And I'm listening to this. It is probably top five funniest thing I've ever heard. I don't know what to say. I'm sending this as I am laughing so hard. Yeah, Alan Richardson. Also, he's, I guess, Insta Church is his thing. And that is funny. So he does YouTube videos about Jesus called Insta Church. Damn. I can't believe this, guys. Let me show you. So Thad Castle from Blue Mountain State is like a big old Christian, like Bible thumper. Bible thumper. I'm grateful that a brother in Christ plays Reacher. That's so stupid. Nothing wrong with religion, guys. Nothing wrong with religion. But this is pretty fucking dumb. Dude, maybe I should become a Christian guy. First off, dope house that he got from fucking acting. But also, how do you wear a backwards hat with a hood up? Doesn't that mean, I don't know, why woke is the most dangerous word we have? This chair right here he has looks dope. He plays a song in this one. Also, you're rich enough to have a mirror just wall mounted, but you know, that mirror just sits there. This one, he looks like he's blackfishing. I'm just gonna be quite honest. He doesn't look like. Also, why does it all have to be in different locations in the house? And why is his head normally covered? Right here, he looks like Jackson. And what else? He's got a kid. He's got kids. He's jacked in this one. I feel like in the other ones, he's not as shredded. He's still shredded. He he runs a Christian church. Yo, he dresses like you. T-shirt and long sleeve. I'm laughing so hard at this. But I have to say, we gotta find the one where it's Jack Reacher and dressed like what's his face. So when he does come back and he's just shy. This is something everybody needed to know. Jack Reacher's playing. All right, this is the one we're gonna save for when Jackson hops on. Jackson's gonna be like, "Why were you guys looking there?" But you know, who cares? Who cares? And yeah, I'm trying to find the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets suck. So some teams are good at giving you like post game stuff. Other teams, not so much. I don't know. In Ultra 4K. I love how that's a thing in Ultra in 4K best December. Now, nobody is out here putting Houston Rockets fucking clips. Also, Giannis has been playing amazing. Now, the whole thing for me when I look at this, if we look at a team like the Charlotte Hornets, we'll switch over to as the Hornets are a team this season. I think they were expecting to be, trying to compete for a play-in spot. Let's be quite honest. They are 8-29, the 27th in net rating. All right, Jackson, you ready? You ready for this?
Why are we live right now?
Huh?
Why are we live right
Yeah, so when you texted me this morning, so I was under the impression that we were gonna go at 9 p.m. and only on the days I had school, we would go at 8:30, right? Which is
What?
so yesterday I had school.
Do you have like that conversation with yourself? How do I know when you got school?
Because that's why we had the show at 8:30.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know why that was like the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah. So I didn't know if that was just gonna be for Tuesdays and Thursdays when I have to go on campus or every day. So we didn't really discuss it, so I went live at 8:30 just because I didn't want, but by the way, you and Jack Reacher got the same
There
sense
are a
of
lot of people who
fashion.
look at my life with interest. This curious
Yeah.
speculation.
You
about
guys
what's
dress
become
exactly
next,
the same.
about what
Look at this. Look at this. Oh, I saw the thumbnail and him dressed with,
Yeah.
and I laughed so
What
hard.
is he? He's a preacher.
No, Reacher. Have you never watched Jack Reacher?
Oh, but isn't all this stuff like worshiping?
Yes, so his YouTube is just a bunch of fucking gospel shit. Okay. And basically he plays Jack Reacher, which is like a Tom Clancy character. He's basically like John Wick. He plays American John Wick, like Midwest John Wick, okay? And it's a super violent character. So he's just making a video that like people say I can't be Jack Reacher and be a Christian at the same time because it's violent.
Interesting. I didn't know he had such a big YouTube.
Yeah, dude, I didn't know Insta Church was doing. Dude, he has a couple million viewed videos. Also, if you just scroll through the thumbnails and his outfits make me laugh. Like, also, why does he have to film in a different like location in his house every video?
Joshua George.
Yo, what's up, Joshua George? Pornography, serial killers, and what we have in common. Why Elon Musk's Twitter is a dangerous idea.
Oh.
Why I love Jim Carrey. Hint. It's not because of his movies.
This guy's fake woke.
Yeah, I know. Rugged is an individual. He's Christian woke. He's Christian woke. This is what it looks like when you're Christian woke. You're Christian woke. You still believe in the church and stuff, but you want to educate your fellow churchgoers.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. Look at this. This is another example. For those of us with tattered mental health, depression, bipolar. Okay, and then you're gonna have one where it's like, a Satanist understanding of prayer and free will. Dude, his videos all do like 10K, at least 5K, and then he'll have a couple million. Okay,
Yeah, I saw his last one had like
1.1, bro. Daring to awaken the other holy shit, his bio's woke. Daring to awaken the other half of us. Let's take a look at scripture and how it relates to our lives today. I'm done with.
Go to church. I haven't been to church in years.
Why is this making you want to go to church?
The idea of church and like a nice community sounds.
Fuck church.
It is. It's boring, man. It just really is.
It is like the worst hour. Let's like it could be done in 20 minutes. We could
It really could.
like come on, let's just do the sermon. Let's knock out these fucking prayers and let's get the fuck out of here. My favorite is when they run out of the bread, the body of the Christ, and they go like, "Oh shucks," and they just go like this. They're like, "No bread. We'll just bless you." I was like, "What?"
The worst, dude. When they run out of bread.
This is like, so am I blessed or not?
It's like the best part about church.
A little snack. What if we like rob a church for the Eucharists and we just like when we hang out we snack on Eucharists? People come over. What you guys eating on? Some Eucharist.
Stupid.
Come on, that would be such a funny bit in a movie. Two stoners hang out. What you guys eating? Oh man, church went out of business. They just left a bunch of Eucharists. So we took them home.
You should make a movie where they do that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Like that'd be a great scene in a movie where some guys come in and they're like, "What are you eating?" Bunch of Eucharists. Church went out of business down the street. Oh, isn't that the worst? Just cut it.
I need a haircut.
Well, it matches the other side.
I know. What the hell's going on?
Are you about to start flying away, dude?
Like a deer.
Yeah, no, your hair's about to start doing this. Like you're gonna be like a bee, where like you're gonna be able to fly with wings that aren't supposed to support your body weight. You're gonna be like,
Strange.
dude, the Charlotte Hornets fucking suck.
Wow. Who'd have thought Terry Rozier would lead the team in scoring?
I also was thinking about that. Terry Rozier being a 24 points per game guy. Yeah, pretty fucking crazy. Miles Bridges.
Oh no, it's LaMelo. What the hell?
No, but LaMelo's out for season, so they don't put him as the number one guy.
What?
He's out for the season.
LaMelo Ball
Yeah.
is out for the
No, he's
entire
back.
Oh, he's back. Yeah.
What?
No, why was I saying LaMelo? Why was I saying LaMelo?
Like holy shit.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I was saying LaMelo.
That
I
is
was,
news to me.
and yeah, I know, and I was being even more serious about it. I know.
Brandon Miller. PJ Washington Jr. is back and healthy on my fantasy team.
Dude, I feel like
Do we
PJ.
have any
Well,
any news, Mr. Henry, on Luka Doncic's availability tonight?
It's a short-term injury. I don't think he's like been ramping up to be like probable and shit yet. I bet he probably misses 1 to 2 more.
Okay. Damn it. You guys see Czar got like 28 minutes the other night.
yeah.
Ooh, hell, baby. I'm excited for the Pistons tonight. You don't say that very often.
I mean, Monty Williams just found out that Jaden Ivey can play point guard, so I mean, hopefully.
Monty Williams is finding out.
Well, okay, so I'm hearing. So Zach Harper
Players.
of The Athletic made a joke the other day that you know how I've been making the joke the whole season that he's pulling a Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, but his
So Zach Harper and then
wife is sick or something.
yeah, his wife was sick, but what's it called? Zach Harper yesterday on the Athletic podcast made the joke, like literally joke. He literally said for verbatim, he's like, at this point, I think Monty Williams is looking to get fired and sail off into the sunset with his cash. And then Mark Stein said, just alluded to the fact that Monty Williams has a pretty big guaranteed buyout if he is fired, and that like I heard 2 separate podcasts talk that. They were talking about the trade and how the trade was a trade made by people trying to save their jobs and from the Pistons side of view, and that it was very
Casey should have fired.
he got kind of pushed out. And I think the whole thing right here is I think Monty Williams never wanted to be the Pistons coach, and this is going so poorly that at this point he's just like he's having Ron Rivera moments at pressers. You know what I mean? You're like Jackson. You saw Ron Rivera this past year. Like talking. Have you seen the clips of him in the press conference? Like last year when he
Well,
found.
he didn't even know Sam. He didn't even know who Sam Howell
That's what I was
was
about to say. He's
this
like,
season.
yeah, going through the season, he's like, oh yeah, the Sam Howell guy is pretty good.
Coach, he started week 18. Whoops. Good.
That's what I'm
Tough
saying.
luck. And he was still the head coach all year. That's crazy. Mostly.
I think Monty Williams is the NBA's Ron Rivera. But let's get back to these Hornets. They are 8-29, 13 in the West. And I sent that stuff in the group chat yesterday, talking about the fact that John Hollinger did a great piece talking about how the 5 worst teams in this year's NBA are actually the 5 worst team in NBA history. And there's a combination of, he does a good job of talking about like how obviously we're having like historic scoring year, like historic offensive production this year, but it's definitely interesting to see it because the way that he phrased it was the Spurs weren't trying to tank. The Wizards thought they could be the Utah Jazz. The Hornets thought Miles Bridges coming back and them running back the same team that they had 2 years ago when they made it into the play-in was going to happen. All right, the Pistons literally thought they were going to take a jump, like they were going to be at the same level as the Orlando Magic. And these Hornets suck, but also these Hornets are the definition of the rule of insanity, trying to do the same thing and expect different results. Like, how many years has Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier been the side pieces to LaMelo Ball? How many years have we had like this exact roster construction? Probably since James Borrego.
Well, they got really shafted by Miles Bridges. That's I think that's something that'll take the whole year to get going. But if he's gone, then for what?
You said they got shafted by what?
Miles Bridges, he said.
Hello?
Me? Oh yeah, like that he didn't play. It's like Deshaun Watson. Like you just like I feel like it takes how many games is he back? I feel like it takes more than
I thought Miles Bridges picked up where he left off, kind of dropping 20.
if you haven't played in over a year, it's like
I know, but he in so far.
Yeah, I agree that he kind of came back as an impact contributor almost immediately.
I just don't think he impacts winning. I think he's putting up his stats. I think
Right.
what Jackson might be saying is that Miles Bridges isn't impacting the game like he used to, because I think he's putting up empty stats right now. I don't think him being on the floor is making him win basketball.
How many of them have been with Melo?
Well, the wins?
I guess Miles Bridges didn't miss that long.
I mean, he missed the season, but it's basketball's a bit different than football because I can go play basketball like every single day. Unlike football, I can't go practice football. Like I can't go get some runs in of 11 on 11 to like stay in football shape. While basketball, I can go get runs in.
Do you want to know why the Charlotte Hornets are 8-29?
Go for it.
Oh, Miles Bridges, Terry Rozier have missed 11 games. Gordon Hayward's missed 12, and LaMelo Ball's played less than half of this season.
Holy shit! Yeah, guess who's the guy?
They are the third.
What? Go.
I was gonna say they're the third most injured team in the league. They've missed the third most games of anybody.
You guys want to hear who's played the most games for the brand? Who I just said his name by accident. Guess who's played the most games for the Hornets this season?
Oh, Nick Smith.
Brandon Miller. I said his name by accident, trying to say it. Brandon Miller and Bryce McGowan. Is it Gowens or Gowans? I always said Gowans.
Yeah, Gowans.
Gowans, okay. But I swear to God, I heard someone say Gowens one time. Gowans, that's what I thought. Also,
It's probably me.
Bryce Gowans' brother is the definition of nepotism. I'm pretty sure he's in the G now.
His little G League run.
Yeah, his little G League run. He wouldn't even gotten sniffed because he's older than He's older than Bryce, and he played like 5 years, like with Nebraska and whatever. Right? It's like Nate McGowans or whatever.
Trey,
that's what it is. He just has size. He just has an NBA body. That's literally it. He has nothing else working for him.
Does that turn you on?
yeah.
What?
He's got an NBA body.
Yeah. Dude.
He'll win 30 games.
So listen to this. So the Pistons, I gotta find it might be the Pistons or the Blazers are on pace to 61 losses. And last
Who
year,
is?
the the Blazers, the Pistons are on pace for like 65, almost 70 losses. And let me go NBA standings. So with that being said, I want to pull it up. Last year's NBA standings, the worst team had was 17 and 65. We might have multiple teams that could be breaking 65 losses.
Nice.
Is that fucking insane?
Pretty cool. Not for them.
No, it's not. It's not cool for them. All right, but let's wrap up this. The Clippers, they're gonna fire Steve. Well, Steve Clifford. The whole thing people don't realize with Steve Clifford is he got David Collied, you know. And did you guys like that reference?
I have no idea who that is.
You know,
Ditto.
you guys don't. Okay, you guys just don't watch NFL. David Culley and Lovie Smith.
I know Lovey.
Okay, David Culley was the head coach of the Texans last year.
Oh, I thought it was Lovey Smith.
Well, the year before. You guys don't remember? They fired Bill O'Brien. David Culley became head coach. Then they fired David Culley because he won 3 games and like he had an okay team, and he wouldn't like make adjustments to his staff. So then they fired David Culley and promoted Lovie Smith, who was defensive coordinator, to head coach because they just wanted to scapegoat people because they wanted D'Amico Ryans, but D'Amico Ryans didn't want to become head coach.
Nico already. Did you see that video with JJ Watt?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Ooh, okay. So, you guys think the Hornets should blow it up this offseason and just keep LaMelo and Brandon Miller? Like, get rid of everybody.
They'll probably start to do that at the deadline.
That's what I think. I think the only guys worth keeping are like Mark Williams,
Oh yeah, Mark Williams.
LaMelo, Brandon Miller. I mean, Nick Richards awesome, but you could actually try to get some value from Nick Richards from some teams.
That's a pretty young, exciting trio.
It is. What's your guys'? Do you guys? I feel like they're just wasting LaMelo Ball's like youth.
They certainly are. I mean, him not being able to stay on the court, like the ankle injuries are scary for his future.
Is there
But,
any reason for that? Why the ankle injuries are reoccurring?
This was the first year he started wearing ankle braces, and he still suffered an injury. So he might just be permanently susceptible now, you know,
Well, Curry had the same problem his first 4 years, and he was able to get rid
for
of.
sure.
And I think Curry said he spent like a whole offseason doing ankle strengthening. Like he didn't even practice basketball. I think, like the year that he got hurt going into the playoffs, that he had to get Toradol. I remember they said that Curry spent the whole offseason doing weighted ankle workouts. So and like being in a pool with ankle weights and like just everything he could do with ankle weights because I'm pretty sure he spent like the whole 2012 or 2013 offseason strengthening his ankles because if you guys look 10 years ago, a lot of people were writing articles saying that Steph Curry's career was going to be over very shortly.
Right, it was career derailment.
Yeah, his career derailment. People don't realize that like there was like legit concern that Curry wasn't going to make it past his 4th or 5th season, which is crazy.
But even then, I guess regardless of his health, which is certainly an issue, they're still wasting his prime. You question whether Mark Williams is a serious part of a competing team.
Yeah, I was about to say that when I brought up Mark Williams. I was like, Mark Williams started the season really hot, but like as more and more time has passed this season, he's become background noise.
Yeah, he strikes me more as a average starting center, Daniel Gafford type tier dude.
Great comparison. Maybe a little bit better. Like he's probably like the starting center in a center by committee team, like a team that has two. Like he's the better center. Like
strong half of a platoon, even, which isn't a terrible thing.
no, you're still
for
playing
someone
25
who-
minutes nights. Like he has a
Future superstar.
he is a disappearing act. That's the problem. He disappears.
But he was also potentially drafted not not that like Lively's a good comp here, but hey, let's get LaMelo this threat, and he's going to raise our floor and help us win games, and it's not really that.
Did they take Mark over Duran, or was it Duran then Mark? It was Duran then Mark, right? Duran
Yeah.
went 10, Mark went 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I, to begin with, was always a bigger Duran fan because of his age and because he was 18 years old with a man's body, like a 30-year-old man's body. I was always a bigger Jalen Duran fan. But what I was going to say is the thing that I really liked about Mark was Mark in combine history is one of the biggest motherfuckers to ever, and like one of the
Huge wingspan.
7'10", 7'8", something like that on a 7'1" spring. And the thing is how big he is and the way he moves is exceptional, and it's something that like is extremely rare. Like he's physically could guard anybody in the league from Victor Wembanyama, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic because of the way he moves and how big he is. That is something that's extremely rare. But I don't think he has an offensive game outside of like 5 feet of the basket.
Yeah, I've also been like slightly turned off by his like rim protection, like his inconsistent activity in terms of like, all right, I'm gonna go and stick with this guy, and then he'll abandon whoever's behind him, and it's like his
He'll
pick
just-
and roll decision making defensively has been kind of mediocre.
He wants to just swat shots. He
Yeah,
looks.
but he's also young, so he deserves time. But you're absolutely right, he does.
All he wants to do is just swat as many shots as possible. And I mean, that's good and dandy and all, but like sometimes it's just not the best course of action in terms.
Yeah, you'd rather see just defensive instincts.
Yeah, or just fucking contest the shot, man. Just contest it. You don't have to block every shot. Like, there's a lot of great rim protectors in the NBA that don't record many blocks, that like don't even record a block a game, but like they know how to contest. So like, it's just more efficient. Because at the end of the day, just don't foul. That's another thing. Let me look at Mark's foul numbers. I think he's a really bad fouler. Yeah, almost three personal fouls a night in 26 minutes. So imagine if he played 36, he probably wouldn't even fucking make it all the way to 36 minutes. Because he's already getting 3 fouls in 26 minutes. And that's probably with them already benching him as soon as he gets his first 2 fouls.
Duke legend.
Oh, dude. Bet. We just went live, guys. First article. Yeah, wait, let's shout this out. Let's refresh the Hoops Hype website.
Oh,
Right here, baby. Right fucking here.
oh, nice. I turned down good money to play in the EuroLeague. I want to get back in the NBA.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
bro.
have ever been
Isn't that
out of
insane?
the NBA.
Isn't that insane?
He really does not deserve that.
So, oh yeah, I guess we have some news I can break on the show. Terrence Davis ruptured his Achilles 11 days ago. He is undergoing surgery today with Dr. Ferkel, same guy who did Klay Thompson's and DeMarcus Cousins' Achilles surgeries. He will go back in a week to reevaluate it, and then a few weeks after that, he'll know the exact timeline for it. It was a complete rupture of his tendon, and it was a higher tendon rupture, and he has a bunch of tendon left. But yeah, basically that's what happened. And yeah, Terrence Davis, he's fighting to get back for camp. But yeah, cool dude from Mississippi, really nice guy. Had a great quote where he was like, he just had a daughter, and how life, having a girl changed him, and him and his wife are buying a house right now back home in Mississippi. And he was like, he's like, if this is it for the NBA, I'm all right with that. He's like, at this point, I just want to give life into my daughter. I was like, damn, bro, that's really cool. Really cool. Really humble dude. Really humble dude. From Mississippi, loves Mississippi. Like the last line is, my favorite is how he ends this. I felt like, have you guys heard like the Michigan man thing that what's his face has said? Jim Harbaugh has been saying. I want to be remembered. So when people think of Terrence Davis, what is one specific thing you want them to have in mind? A humble guy, down to earth, someone who came from nothing. Honestly, I'm a Mississippi guy.
Find me fishing.
I didn't expect you to say that.
That just reminds me. That just reminds me of my guy Keith, like that dude Keith Askins, NBA vet. Shout out Keith.
Oh,
He like and he loves it, man. When I'm not doing basketball, I'm smoking cigars and fly fishing. And he too is just a Southern boy from Bama.
That's what I'm saying. The Southern boys from Maryland are so fucking simple-minded. It's beautiful. They're just like, I was talking to him, I was like, oh, what do you do like in your free time? He's like, I go back to Mississippi. I'm like, oh, you love
No, it
Mississippi.
is. Terrence Davis, he's done amazing things, and now he's got a family that he loves. He's
Yeah.
dude from Mississippi.
Yeah, dude. Like he loves Mississippi. Like we talked about Mississippi Wild. He's like, yeah. He's like, I really do like Mississippi. He's like, he's like, everyone talks badly, the racism, all that, but he's like, I don't get why people talk badly about Mississippi. Let's talk about these Clippers. Are they
Dominant.
title contenders?
Yeah.
TP.
All right, so let me hear you guys both of your spiels. I gotta run and use the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. Henry, you go first.
Clippers are 16-2 in their past 18 games with Kawhi. Paul George is having the most efficient season of his career. Norman Powell entered yesterday, canning 53.5% of his threes over his past 8 games. James Harden is shooting 42% since the start of the new year from deep. They're one of 4 teams in the league with an offensive and defensive rating in the top 10. They're cooking. Jackson, what you got?
You're missing the most important part, Henry.
Russell Westbrook's energy off the bench?
Nope. They still have their entire future in Terrence Mann. This team is loaded in the present and in the future. What don't they have? They are very cool this season.
I will say that Terrence Mann's jumper is gone. Other than that, they got it all.
I will believe it when I see it, and I hope they can do it. I want to buy in fully, but I'm gonna enjoy it from afar because I have watched James Harden play in the playoffs for many years now.
Yep.
And,
very good point.
Yeah, that's what worries me.
I will say what you're going to see now for the next month or so that will help catalyze them is a larger role from Mason Plumlee. I think that's really going to push them into like the top tier of title contention.
Wait. Joshua Primo's on the.
Yeah, he is. Mostly with the G League team, but
the
yeah.
NBA? Let's go. Oh, we will not be charged. I did not know that. Keep my man Kevin in the league, but yeah, Kawhi just got paid as well.
Boardman
gets paid. I do love Russell's energy off of the bench. It really pisses me off in fantasy for fantasy purposes.
I almost dialed you up yesterday and asked who good buy and sell candidates would be, but then I figured it out.
I am below 500 currently.
You should buy on Brandon Ingram.
I'm retooling. I don't know. I don't have anybody to use to buy because my team is turned to shit somehow. No. What was the injury that really sucked? Dude, Ja Morant's injury.
Yeah.
I mean, and I didn't even pick up Vince. I didn't even pick up Gigi. I waited like a quarter of a fantasy season to get this dude back, not even on the IL. And he plays like 7 games and then.
You want to hear a funny story about Vince?
Sure.
He's one of the first, if not the first example of a guy discovered on draft Twitter. Which draft Twitter is just like the niche group of nerds on Twitter that post a bunch of NBA draft content. And this guy, yeah, Tari Eason is another example. But this guy, Vince Williams, was a big fan of Jackson Hoy. I was a big fan of him. And Jackson Hoy got hired by the Grizzlies, took down all his Vince Williams content, and then the Grizzlies draft Vince Williams, and everyone on the draft Twitter was like, Jackson Hoy, you did it. And now here he is performing. So, Jackson Hoy out there listening to the show, I'm insanely jealous of you, but congrats on your success.
Yeah, you should come on the show one time.
You should.
Since you're listening.
Stanford, man.
Oh yeah,
I think so.
Stanford's cool. It's crazy looking at the Clippers' points because they only have 2 guys scoring in the 20s, and they're only
I know
24, and then they only have technically 6 guys in double digits every night. And one of them, yeah, it's so interesting. Norman Powell's forever underrated.
bucket, just an automatic bucket.
6-man. Daniel Tice was a nice acquisition.
Plumlee.
Do they need a floor spacing big or no?
I feel like in the playoffs they could almost get by with just running small ball. But I mean, yeah, that could help them if there is such a thing out there readily available.
Seemed like they'll do well against the Warriors. It's really all I have on the Los Angeles Clippers.
I mean, they're awesome. They've been absolutely awesome lately.
Succeed, yeah. Ty Lue drawn it up. They look like a basketball team when they play too, offensively, defensively. You don't see that all that much consistently with all these superstars. How are you feeling?
I mean, if you could give him a cherry on top, I'd say maybe Kelly Olynyk.
Ooh.
Like that.
Yeah, that's just they have a ton of big men at that point, but I do.
Yeah, they would. But he's the guy who could space it.
Yeah, Kelly Olynyk's perfect. They'd have every white center in the NBA if they did that.
But yeah, I didn't have much on them either, just because they've been dominating. Like, not a ton of drama right now. Everything's clicking. That makes them not
But they
super.
lost like 3 straight when Harden got there. So should we be worried?
Dude, should we be worried about the Bucks? Are the Bucks a failure? Is
Why,
Dame
are
a
they losing?
failure? No, I just think we always circle back to it anytime they lose like one game.
Should we be worried about the Bucks? Yeah.
Dame doesn't
They're
have
not
it.
30-10, obviously.
They're gonna have to blow it up next year.
They lost to the Houston Rockets on the 6th of January. Should they blow it up?
That's a nail in the coffin.
Back-to-back losses against Indy. They didn't win the in-season tournament. I'm not feeling great. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine this? Imagine this slate. Your next 5 games are against.
Hey, the Bucks cannot beat the Pacers though. That's a real thing that is kind of weird and concerning for them.
They did it one time.
And they didn't do it the other 4.
Yeah, the other 4 failed.
Yeah. That
Well,
killed
this
me.
upcoming week, they have Cleveland, Detroit, Cleveland.
Morale.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
You lost me at Detroit. You lost me at Detroit. I shed a tear.
Buy low right now on Milwaukee.
On all your Bucks.
For getting hot right now.
So the Clippers are one of the 4 teams in the league, top 10 in offense and defense. Do you have guesses on who the other
You say top
4
4
are? They're top 5. Do you have guesses on the other 4?
OKC.
Yep.
Boston.
Yep.
Oh man, Minnesota worries me. So does Denver. It's the injuries. I'll go.
I thought I almost heard you say it.
Is it West or East?
One of each.
Oh. I'll go. I guess I'll go Denver, but I hate the pick. I don't feel comfortable with it.
It was Minnesota.
Oh.
And the other one's Philly.
Yeah.
But these are the 5 most consistent two-way teams right now, thus far.
You boys are so
Wolves
cute.
old.
Sorry.
I feel like my skin looks really good on this cam right now. I agree.
I died.
I feel like I'm glowing slightly.
Let's see how that skin's glowing. You do. You got a nice hue. You got a good hue.
Feel very radiant right now.
Yeah, the sun's really hitting you with a good hue. Guys, I just want the war.
Chat.
Big joint. Dawn saw coming up. Little Chris smoke on the water.
It's on it.
What?
Big joint.
Big-
Dawn. Sun
Big
coming.
drip.
Little crisp. Smoke on the water. It's heaven.
Am I missing something?
Thank you.
I'm
You're
confused.
far too kind. I'm here till Thursday.
I say we all 3 of us should go to an open mic and do stand-up comedy and see who gets the most laughs.
Let's also do slam poetry.
I would accept that. I would accept the former. I would accept the former as a challenge. I will not do slam poetry.
I actually went to a slam poetry thing to cover as a news event, bro. So stupid. I see in the... I fucking hate slam poetry. It's basically rapping. It's basically rapping a cappella.
It's like lame rapping.
Yeah, it's lame rapping. They splash water onto me. Words on page. Scream from cart cage. Rage. It's like...
Rage, anger.
Yeah. So stupid. And you have to be like...
Abandonment.
Yeah, abandoned.
Worms.
Fly away like an eagle. Like,
Dude, this is off topic. I had a recent nap. On Sunday, I took a quick nap, and I spawned at your gate, at your place, and I was running, and nobody was there. And so I ran through your apartment, your home, your condo complex.
this is a very strange dream.
It was so straight, and I couldn't find my car, and it was on a side street, and it was just.
There's like no side streets by me either. That's just not a thing that exists.
But yeah, I spawned right there.
I spawned like you're like a fucking like a Pokemon.
I've been noticing. I'm starting to notice I'm in dreams, like a couple times this past week. I could.
Have you not been smoking pot?
I was in a dream. Been smoking.
You-
Been smoking. I've been smoking, bro.
I've been smoking. Wait, is that a yes or no? That was a confusing answer.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I am confused. Okay, that wasn't a direct yes.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Let's go ahead.
Oh, you know what I just got as well? Now that we're on the subject.
The
Henry.
the ass blaster.
Crock pot.
Oh, you have one now?
Crock pot. Yep.
Nice. Make some chili.
Chili's good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you
That's
can
gonna be the
make
first
chicken.
one.
You can make chicken taste so good, or make a.
Yeah, my stepmom gave me a little jardinera, little Portillo's jardinera. Make
Yeah.
some jardinera chicken.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can make it like super like easy pull apart chicken with that. Like
yeah.
sometimes what I would do is like before school I'd just throw a couple of pieces of chicken in there and then a bunch of like soups and vegetables, and then you come back 8 hours later and that chicken like is like fucking
Oh yeah.
like disintegrating. Oh, another thing is you can make a pot roast now. You literally just
Ooh.
buy a pot roast kit. They sell them. It's like $12. Carrots, potatoes, onions. You just throw it.
Pot roast.
Just
You're
throw it-
right, dude.
You throw it in the
I need to make some pot roast.
throw it in the crock pot. They sell pot roast kits at Walmart, Target, all these Publix for like $12, $15. Throw it in
Oh,
4 hours
man.
later, you're gonna have pot roast. So good. I might do that tonight. I might do that tonight
I've
too.
had pot roast since Henry was in town.
Pot roast is so good. You can never not like pot roast.
That pot roast was actually so good.
Who makes
I
the
bought
pot
it
roast?
like at Publix, like the cold one, where you just microwave it.
Did you
Like, it's
share it
fresh
with?
and
Did you
up.
share it with Henry, or did Henry watch you eat the
I
pot
did
roast?
not.
Stop
No, Henry was on his own.
He was on his own. All right, let's hit the headline. What are you guys' thoughts on the Raptors Pascal Siakam trade rumors? It is a deal that is allegedly built around Bruce Brown Jr., 3 first-round picks, and salary filler. The salary filler has to be $8.3 million because the Pacers can eat some of the salary, but they do have to trade $30.3 million to at least be able to take on the $38 million, which is a combination of Jordan Nwora, Jalen Smith, and Bruce Brown, or it could be Bruce Brown and TJ McConnell. It could be Bruce Brown and somebody else. What is your guys' thoughts? There's supposedly been several back and forth proposals, and they're along in the process. It's right now centered around Bruce Brown and 3 future first-round picks. Bruce Brown makes $22 million. Siakam makes $38.8 million. What is your initial thoughts when you hear this? Is the Bruce Brown deal better than the Kevin Huerter, Davion Mitchell, Harrison Barnes deal?
Oh, that deal sucks. Yeah.
Yes.
What's the word? I actually really like that because they'll pay him. I thought the Kings said they wouldn't pay him max, or he was worried they wouldn't pay him.
I was under the impression at this point he's not going to re-sign with anybody. That's just straight up because
So what?
So he no like.
So what's he doing?
Let me explain.
What are they doing?
So if he right now, if he stays with the Raptors, he can re-sign for $200 million. If he is traded, he can only re-sign for 2 years. I think like $100 million, whatever it is. But if he goes into unrestricted free agency and re-signs with the team, he can then get the max. So whatever team he gets traded to, they are operating under the assumption that he is going to test unrestricted free agency, whether they like it or not. Because
I gotcha.
they cannot re-sign him to the contract that they want if they trade for him. That's why a team like the Pacers, if they're trading for him, it is because he has told them verbally, I will sign with you guys in free agency regardless of what plays out. Okay, if you guys trade for me now, you're going to get first dibs on me, and it'll be easier because you're trading for my bird rights. All right, but if you don't trade for me, you'll probably still be able to get me in free agency. That's probably something that they're fighting. And maybe they're hearing that other teams are in the market for Pascal Siakam in free agency, which if I know the Raptors probably saw how they lost Fred VanVleet and are probably trying to work out a deal with Pascal to sign and trade him so they can give him a bigger contract and sign and trade him to a different team. So what are your guys' thoughts after that little rant?
So yeah, you wanna show him a good time, you wanna trade for him and show him like, hey, this could be us.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I
love the fit.
My problem.
And the Pacers then re-signing him in unrestricted free agency would be cheaper than a sign and trade from Toronto. True.
Yes and no, because the salary that Toronto could take back is half of what he would be signed for in the offseason. So you could argue that the Pacers could trade less assets in the offseason because the salaries that in a sign and trade, you have to send half the matching salary, not the full matching salary in a sign and trade. Because when you do a sign and trade, you're not actually trading the full salary, you're trading half of what the annual average of that salary is.
So they can part with theoretically just Bruce Brown and whatever.
Yeah. So part of
Toronto requires
theoretically at this offseason, yes. Let's say he signs for the 4 or 5. What is it? A 5-year, $200 million deal, 4-year, $200 million deal, whatever it is. So that's like $60 million a year. Yeah, they would literally, or like 55, something like that. Yeah, they could just give up Bruce Brown and like call it a day. Yeah, they could give up less assets.
Dude, three firsts is crazy.
That's
crazy.
That will
not happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's 3 firsts. It can't be. Now I'm scared.
That's gonna kick out every other team.
I'm scared that the 3 firsts is because they don't want to put in Jarris or Benedict. And those 3 firsts.
Oh yeah.
So Jarris and Benedict could be traded. They don't want to trade them, but it's possible.
Oh, that's really
I mean, you
interesting.
you just need those picks because Halliburton and Pascal, like that's still not you're still not one of the best 2 to 3 debatably teams in the Eastern Conference next year.
Yeah,
So
you're
you need those picks to eventually make the move to become a true title contender.
yes, I
Bro,
agree.
but
I
I'm
agree with that.
thinking though,
I just
like
think it's
if the wait, real quick, if I
But I
trade
do
for
think it's
Siakam,
oh sorry.
how's Walker gonna get? How am I gonna get Jarris's value in anything if I go and trade for Siakam? Like his
yeah,
value is almost so high because he has not played.
yeah,
Right,
and
you're still effectively trading a top 10 pick from the 2023 draft.
it's a hard
Have to
decision.
pause.
I personally, I've said this all deadline, guys. If I was an NBA team trying to make an upgrade, obviously the Pacers already have their point. I personally think DeJounte Murray is the only player worth giving up assets for at this deadline. And this is because when you look at the thing is, DeJounte Murray is younger, first off. He's on a really cheap deal, and that deal is in the first year of that deal. So for me, my whole thought process is out of everybody here in the trade deadline that's available for trade, nobody is a guy that's going to make you a championship contender. Nobody here is Kawhi Leonard. Nobody here is going to put you over the edge. But what a guy could improve your depth, and I think the Raptors are gonna take whatever they can for Pascal and as much as they can for Pascal. While I think the Hawks have made it very, very clear on what they want. They want 2 first-round picks. They just want to get their picks back that they fucking gave up in that trade. So I think a team realistically could get, like the Knicks, Evan Fournier, Quentin Grimes, and a first-round pick for DeJounte Murray. Maybe 2 first-round picks. And it's not going to really hurt them. And that's what I think in my mind when you look at this trade deadline. There is nobody here that's going to make you a contender. No team is going to be able to get Pascal Siakam and be a contender now. Okay.
Mavs.
But even at that point, you're giving
They're
up
already
you're giving them Tim Hardaway Jr., Rashawn Holmes, and Maxi Kleba to get that deal done. To physically get that deal done, you're giving up those 3 players. And I don't even think that's enough.
Heartbeat.
But no,
I don't either.
I think Jaden Hardy and Josh Green probably gonna have to be in that deal.
Yeah, at least.
At least, yeah. So that's where it becomes difficult to see. And I see a guy like
It's
DeJounte.
just not worth it.
Exactly. And I think DeJounte Murray, Gabe Vincent, D'Angelo Russell, or Gabe Vincent, Rui Hachimura in a first-round pick, or Gabe Vincent, Austin Reeves in a first-round pick could get that deal done. And DeJounte Murray on the Lakers would be, or DeJounte Murray on the Knicks, I think would be a vastly better team than Pascal Siakam on the Pacers, Pascal Siakam on the Mavericks, Pascal Siakam on the Kings, Pascal Siakam on the Pistons. Thoughts?
I want to see this guy's contract. Yeah, I think I would give up a pick for PJ Washington.
Wow, the Baltimore Sun just got bought. And the Towson Times.
Sad day. PJ Washington's contract next year is 15.5 mil. The year after is 14.1. If I'm Dallas, I'd go on that route instead of Siakam.
What do you think, Henry?
I like PJ. I don't really know how conducive he is to winning. I don't think he makes Dallas like a tier better.
PJ Washington.
Yeah.
I think the one team that should get either PJ Washington, DeAndre Hunter, or Royce O'Neal, and that is the Cleveland Cavaliers.
He would provide a new look and he could be defensively disguised. My thing with PJ is just that he's like a tough fit guarding some forwards at times, and he's like one of the worst defensive centers in the league.
So if he goes to the Cavaliers, PJ Washington's a small ball 5, if anything. And PJ Washington, I think with the Cavaliers, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, you put on small forward, PJ Washington, who would be massive, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and then you don't even have to start PJ Washington. He could be your 6-man, and you can start Max Strus, or vice versa. And then now you actually kind of fixed your forward rotation.
Yeah. I mean, you're just talking about a dude who spent a third of his minutes at the 5 and has like a
Wait,
127
this season?
defensive rating. Yeah.
He's okay, but I think that's a product of Steve Clifford. You go to a team.
Me too.
We all know PJ Washington is a combo forward who can play small ball 5 in like short minutes and like certain lineups. Okay, should play small ball 5, but he's realistically a power forward who should probably play
Yes.
small forward a little bit, if any, in big lineups.
But I'm saying I don't think he has like the defensive capability to be a 3. I think he's like I think he's a forward for sure and a small ball 5 for
He was
sure.
a 3 in college, and I think on a team like let's say the Magic, Paul Banchero, Franz Wagner, PJ Washington. I think that would work. I think it's all about.
Well, sure.
Then
we're just semantics because that's damn near positionless basketball.
That's what I'm saying. Or you go to the Oklahoma City Thunder, another team that I think that could fit. Like a lot of the teams that have that, there's certain teams out there like the Brooklyn Nets, another one that they like to run 3 wings. That's a very new thing that they're doing in the NBA. 1 guard, 3 wings, a big, and I think he could fit as a the 3 wing, 3 forward thing that certain teams are doing, like the Nets, like the Magic, like the Thunder, where it's like positionless basketball, but realistically, it's like you play with 1 guard, you play with 3 dudes that are like 6'6" to 6'8", and then you play with a center. So that way, it's like positionless basketball, but it's really like you're playing 3 wings, 1 guard, 1 big, and everyone can just switch. All right, so what do you guys think of the rumor Paul George is being? Last night it was Indiana Pacers, and what was the other team? Mark Stein reported it. Indiana Pacers.
Pacers trading for Paul George?
Yes, and one other team was listed. Mark Stein at the Stein Line put out a report last night that
pursuing him in free agency, not trading for him.
Wow, a return of Paul George return to Indiana. Wow.
Wishful thinking.
Sign me up.
So let me find the exact tweet.
Somebody give Danny Granger a call. And Roy Hibbert.
They're fucking overhyping this NBA.
David West.
They're overhyping Team USA's basketball so bad this season.
No, you're just anti-American.
No, it's just annoying because if we do this all the time, we don't most NBA players do not give a fuck about international competition. So then when America comes short, like 3-4 consecutive years in a row, like we still usually place a medal, but we didn't win gold. Yeah, it's because we have John Jenkins out there, bro, like representing the team because nobody wants to play. I mean, shout out Paul George for ruining it for everybody. It's the Indiana Pacers, and the other team is
Chicago.
Dude, I don't know why I can't find this.
Lonzo
Philadelphia.
Ball,
Philadelphia.
Magic 3 forward.
The Stein Line says there's a rising expectation across the league that George will do a new Kawhi-esque deal with the Clippers sooner rather than later, but this coming summer, the Sixers and Pacers are expected to both make a run for Paul George. I mean, I've said it before. A team like the Orlando Magic need to go get Paul George. Jim Harbaugh's interviewing for the Falcons.
Is he really? Let's go. Nice.
I really think that, not that this is related to Paul George at all, I think that Ant Simons could help a team win. I think he impresses me as a pro.
He's the worst defender in the NBA.
He is a baller. He's a bucket.
He's such a baller.
Bucket getter. I like his future in Portland, and I don't want you to even think that they would get rid of him for anything less than 5 first-round draft picks. So, Scoot Henderson, man.
Hey. Scoot Henderson.
Anthony Simons, all shots outside the paint that he's defended this season. Does anybody want to guess what percentile he ranks in for effective field goal percentage allowed?
I forget how percentiles work, but a good one.
65.
Low percentiles are better.
I thought the 99th
The top
percentile.
20.
Well, right, but when you're in defensive, it's going to be like the highest field goal percentage is going to show as the highest percentile. So lower is better in this case. I guess it's too small of a sample size, but he's defending well. 24th percentile through 100 possessions.
That's wild. That's wild. Also, I did not know you could get hypothermia. So 3 people at the Chiefs game got frostbite.
That's it.
7 people got hypothermia.
Also, for what it's worth, for anybody's Mark Williams mental database, he is committing a foul on 3.6% of Charlotte's team plays, which is league average.
Oh, okay, so it's not as bad as I thought.
You know who fouls a lot on that team is LaMelo as well.
Might even be a larger issue for Nick Richards, honestly.
The Charlotte, what's going on in Charlotte?
Yeah,
Do they have a
slightly
fouling
larger
problem?
issue for Nick Richards. It's a telltale sign of bad defenses if you think about it.
For real, man. That's what got Cat for a couple pennies for years.
That is crazy. All right, let's play a game. Also, listen to this. Nick Sirianni's meeting with the Eagles ownership, and if he does keep his job, he'll be asked to fire his coordinators.
Thank God.
That's crazy. Is this close enough for you, Jackson? Can you read it?
Doesn't
That's
even
Keontae
matter because
Johnson.
that's-
Reggie Bullock,
Yeah, that's Reggie Bullock.
Bullock Island.
Rockets legend.
Dude, can we agree?
Bullock Island.
These look like dildos.
Those look like parasiteful worms.
This isn't a good look.
Bullock Island.
He looks terrible.
He does.
Hey, you know who pulls it off though? Not this, but something similar. Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder's hair is cool.
Yeah, Jay does pull it off.
But Jay has like braids.
Yeah, and he pulls it back in like a
Yeah.
Star Wars ponytail.
Yeah, I mean, but he's had that always, and they used to be way longer. You remember when he used to have like the wrap?
But yeah, when he tie wrap it.
Yeah, right here, you can see the tie wrap right there. It literally looked like
Yeah.
It's not as long as it used to be. He used to have this bitch long. I will say I'm impressed that he's had the hairstyle his whole career.
Consistency.
Yeah, here's the Mavericks
He's
one.
weird though. Let's see if he only tweets in capital letters still.
Only capital letters?
That's a thing.
Yeah, he does. Jay Crowder's so weird.
Wait, is that what your weird comment was for him? That he tweets in caps?
Terrible hair, says Thomas Perry.
When?
Luke Pormisa disagrees, I'm sure.
I mean, Luke probably says...
Put a shirt on, dude.
I was watching this video because I was like, watch her leave. I was like, what is this? Also, though, I am a big person, though, that at the gym, like, if I'm playing basketball and other people take off their shirts, I'll take off my shirt, okay? But if I'm at a machine, I'm not taking my shirt off at the gym. Like, but if
We're
I'm...
not talking about we're not talking a hooping.
But, like, if you're hooping and other dudes...
That's like your apartment gym.
Yeah, no. Well, what I'm saying is, even if I'm hooping, I don't take my shirt off, unless I'm outside or if I see multiple dudes taking their shirt off, because I don't want to be the only dude shirtless, you know? Because then it's weird. But like, if other dudes are shirtless, then it's a group effort.
Sounds pretty sus, bro.
Yeah, he does only do caps.
Isn't that strange? It's kind of off-putting.
My life and
Bro, shut up! I mean, shut up now! I'll be approaching this obstacle with the same drive and dedication I put into the game. I look forward for the opportunity to count. What if he shouts everything?
It's so hard to read his tone.
Jay Crowder just shouts, bro. Jay Crowder only speaks in one volume, and that's shouting. That's just such a stupid bit.
I love it.
Wait. This is my Twitter right now.
Hey, history memes. Hey, what the hell? China. Hey.
What is going on?
This is exercise.
Yeah.
Hey. Playboy Cardi, insert Playboy Cardi by location.
Wait. First off, they're saying this guy over here is cheating. Oh, this guy.
No, that's not a real
I got...
Oh. Oh.
That's so mean. We all thought the same thing. I like Kyle Jackson.
Probably like the dad. It's probably their dad, and those are all like sisters.
Jackson and I over here didn't even verbally like communicate what we were both laughing at, but we both knew what we were laughing at. And it was the fact that there was the fat man claiming to have 4 girls.
Oh boy.
All right. You guys have anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Bulls by a million. Lake Show on
Um,
TNT. Lake Show on prime time. Be there, be there, or be square. Be there or be square. 99 back soon, y'all.
a lot of intriguing college basketball yesterday. Let's see if anything is noteworthy.
All right. I did not know that. You want to
Huge slate yesterday.
yeah, let's get your little recap of basketball right now. Real quick recap.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I watched
You go.
TCU and Cincinnati miss a bunch of free throws. I still got to watch overtime. Kansas destroyed Oklahoma State.
Really?
Yeah, Edie almost blew a game in classic Purdue fashion, but then they came back and destroyed IU.
Anybody else?
No, nothing that crazy. Nothing I've ran through yet. On that note, I have nothing more to say.
All right. Till tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Goat life.